Why on earth does Arne Slot refuse to play Ekitike and Isak in the same team, together, as a front two? Why is he so reluctant to change? Why is he so persistent with the 4-2-3-1 that isn't winning games? You spent 220 plus million quid on two forward players, yet you can't play them in the same team. You can't change your team to get them both in. Listen, if your 4-2-3-1 were working every week, we're winning games, I wouldn't be making this video, but it ain't. We're losing like every week. Surely playing two really good forwards in the same team wouldn't do any harm, right? We can't play any worse than we are. And I think Ekitike needs someone next to him. I look at that Frankfurt team, which is, we bought him from. Mamouche and Ekitike, great relationship up there. Mamouche often running off Ekitike. He got loads of assists that year because he was dropping deeper, playing that pass through. Also created more space for Mamouche. I think something Isak has massively lacked is space in behind. I mean, he's coming short for the ball so many times. Look at the Newcastle team he was playing in. There were balls coming into the box. There was service. Teams weren't playing that low block against Newcastle like they do against Liverpool. Isak's got an entirely new... I think he's just got to read the game entirely different now. He's got to get his goals in a different way. And having someone like Ekitike running off centre-backs, creating room for Isak, is exactly surely what he needs, right? In my opinion. I don't think anything bad can come from that. And listen, if we had like really good wingers right now, I get why you wouldn't want two up front, because you'd want more wingers on the pitch, or you'd want more attacking midfielders on the pitch. But Gakpo's been poor, Salah's not in the squad anymore, Chiesa's not been played. Why wouldn't you play two forwards? It's not like we're excelling in other positions. I don't know, am I talking sense, am I talking nonsense here? I think Isak's been underwhelming. Yeah, he struggled with injuries. He's had a bit of, obviously, fitness issues straight away. I mean, he started the season pretty much using the first 5 games as pre-season. I look at that cup game, who was that against? Southampton. And it was like, does he start that game? Yeah, he did, but it was one of his first games that he started because of that disjointed pre-season at Newcastle. So I get the lack of fitness. I get the obvious issues in regards to not playing them both in the same team early on. I'm not saying in the first 5-6 games they should have played in the same team, because they couldn't really. I get why Arne Slot didn't do it then. But now, well, they're both fit, right? So play them. There's no excuse there. I mean, Arne Slot said something about Jacob Murphy. Did you see that? You were like, we don't have a Jacob Murphy type in our team. Don't have a Jacob Murphy type! We've just spent £500 million on a team here, but we don't have Jacob Murphy, so the mind boggles. Isak's a very good football player. He doesn't need Jacob Murphy next to him. He's got some fantastic footballers around him, but I don't believe this 4-2-3-1's particularly working. Our wide players are not going to the byline and crossing the ball. Our fullbacks want to get there and cross the ball, but Gakpo ain't passing to Kirkes. We've not had a proper right-back in a while now. A consistent right-back, a Frimpong, a Bradley playing every single week. It's been Gomez, Szoboszlai, Bradley, Frimpong, Calvin Ramsey. We've not had that right back putting them crosses in. I look at the trend of the last 2, 3, 4 years. We don't have that. We don't have that entry route into the box for Isak to get on the end of. So what do? If no one's feeding him the ball playing up front on his own, you put someone else next to him to make a bit of space for him to 1-2 off. So many times I see Ekitike drop deep to receive the ball, because ultimately he's a very good footballer. He wants to get on the ball more, and he wants to do something. Look at Mbappe at Real Madrid, right? You see that clip the other day, him coming like onto the halfway line, picks the ball up, turns, and there's just no one in front of him. I think Ekitike does that so much, and it's not even his fault. He wants to get on the ball, he's getting no service, therefore he ends up coming deep, receiving the ball, turning, and there's no one in front of him. He needs someone there. How many times does Ekitike receive the ball from a Curtis Jones? Ekitike stays on the halfway line, centre-back pinning him at the back. Ekitike's like that, touches the ball, centre-back comes in and bashes him in behind. The amount of fouls he wins from doing that's outrageous. Ekitike needs someone to knock it off and then run. How many times does he do that little flick, that little back heel flick? He does it all the time, and it often works because he's trying to create something for the team, but there's no runner ahead of him. It's no coincidence that it worked at Frankfurt, that Mamouche scored the goals he did and got the move to Man City. One, he's a very good footballer. Two, he had a very good relationship with Ekitike, and he found him a lot. The thing I love about Ekitike is his work rate and his desire. I mean, I said this before in a previous video. Against Leeds, he scored from a scrap. Not a fight. He scored from scraps. There was a mistake at the back from Leeds, a misplaced pass. Ekitike pounces on it and scores. I'm not surprised he got in that position. He deserves that. In football, often you make your own luck. And Ekitike is that player who grinds defences down because he just keeps persisting, he keeps running, he's all over them. He's trying to force a mistake. So when it does arrive, when that mistake does happen, which eventually it will if you keep doing it, you're going to take it and you get a goal. And he took it really well. But he almost bought that goal himself. Excuse me. He created that goal. Maybe not so much forcing the error from the Leeds player, but if you do it that much, if you persist that often, breathing down defenders' necks, you're going to get something go your way. And Ekitike did get that. But that's just him feeding off their scraps. It's off his own back, right? He's going hunting for the ball because he's not getting it. Are you surprised Ekitike's goal against Leeds there was no assist for it? I'm not surprised. He made it himself. I suppose the Leeds player made it for him, but you get my point. He scored a goal this year as well. Was it? It was either Newcastle or Bournemouth. My memory's terrible, and it's like a deflected. It might have been Bournemouth. It was like a deflected goal. It bounced off someone's leg, and it's like very Suarez that the ricochet all went his way, and it's like, yeah, this guy, he's got the look on his side, but I think he actually makes that look a lot. I really like the player. I really like Isak, but Isak on his own isn't working right now in this team. It was working in Newcastle because he had the service and people were passing to him. He were coming up against different oppositions, setting up different to handle him. Now, because it's Liverpool, same with Man City, same with Arsenal and whoever, you come against more low blocks. And I think Isak needs to get used to that. But what do you change? We haven't got a cross of the ball. Arne Slot said himself, we've not got a Jacob Murphy. Salah's not going to do it. Joe Gomez ain't going to do it. Bradley ain't going to do it. So who is that cross of the ball? For me, Dominic Szoboszlai, I get why he's moved wide right because he can put a cross in. Gakpo can put a cross in, but only on his right foot. He's always cutting in. He's too one-dimensional. I've just posted a video on Cody Gakpo. Go and watch that. And subscribe for more, by the way. Please do subscribe and click the like down below. It's entirely free. Little thumbs up there. Go down there. Smash the thumbs up. It's free. It really helps out. Thank you. We need to do something else. We need to play two up top for some sort of spark to create something. And I don't think playing a 4-4-2 is entirely different from playing a 4-2-3-1, really. You've still got two wide players. You've still got two midfield players. Only difference is you've got number 10 and number 9. That's just Ekitike dropping in, which is what he'll do anyway. There are shades of a 4-2-3-1 in this 4-4-2 that I'm recommending we play. I would go with Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai in the 2. I would go with Chiesa off the right, and I'd go with Wirtz off the left in a narrow team. And then Ekitike can drop a bit deeper and then cover that left zone. I think Ekitike and Wirtz... Listen, Wirtz can play centrally and to the left. Ekitike can play centrally and to the left, but a bit more advanced. Great overlap. Great overlap. These two players are very smart. They know exactly where each other are, and their link-up play so far has been really good, in my opinion. Same with Szoboszlai and Wirtz. I like their link-up together. The only player with no link-up really has been Isak. Like, you could look at all the attacking players. I think Gakpo's had some decent link-up at times with, I think, Curtis Jones at times. And Szoboszlai, the midfield players, because he likes to receive from the midfield player, doesn't he? As opposed to the fullback. He just never uses that pass. And he's certainly got a bad relationship with Kirkes, you've got to say. I think Szoboszlai's got a good relationship with Wirtz, the same vice versa. Ekitike and Wirtz. But the one player you can't really say has got a good relationship with anyone is Isak, because he's not receiving the ball from anyone often enough. He's not received enough. The volume of passes ain't there to even formulate a relationship, right? So having someone there up front as a strike partner, I think he could really benefit. I think they could both really benefit. I think we could benefit from it, to be honest. I'd love to know your thoughts down below. I would go 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. Anything but the 4-2-3-1 that we're playing every single week. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you later. Ta-da.